Hi, my name is Kolby and today I'm going to talk about grizzly bears. Grizzly bears are one of the most well-known bears in the United States because they're the most dangerous and well-known for their attacks on humans and other animals. Grizzly bears are well-known because of their distinct color and characteristics from other bears. Their claws are sharper and longer than other bears species, and they are also well known because of their distinct snout, which is used for digging up insects and other animals such as gophers, ground squirrels, and other such animals. Grizzly bears are very territorial and are even more aggressive when they have cubs. Grizzly bears don't tend to roam in groups because they are very territorial, like I said, and a grizzly bear mother tends to have 2 cubs in a litter, and she tends to have cubs every other 2 years. Grizzly bears are one of the slowest breeders, breeding land animals in the United States and in the world. They breed very slow, which is why the population in the United States is very low because of habitat loss and pollution problems, and pretty much people just destroying their natural habitat, which makes them even slower to reproduce. Grizzly bears don't like to be harmed or be they don't like to be harmed or be, I guess you could say,
bothered
while they are eating, because if they are frightened, that tends to lead them on an attack. Grizzly bears weigh up to 400 pounds. The average weight of a grizzly bear is 400 pounds, and they can weigh up to 800 pounds and stand 10 feet tall when standing on their back feet. When a person has come upon a grizzly bear, they should often look the other direction and not pay attention to the grizzly bear and not make eye contact, because this tends to encourage the bear to attack them, thinking they are a meal or a harm to them. Grizzly bears mate during the summer normally, and the gestation period for a grizzly bear is 60 to 70 days. And once a female is pregnant, she will normally find a place to den and keep her cubs while they are growing. And grizzly bear cubs will tend to stay with their mother for a year and a half, and also after they separate from their mother after a year and a half, they tend to only move 3 miles away from their mother's natural habitat or her home range where she lives and pretty much carries on her life. Grizzly bears don't like to go around large cities because they are very territorial and just like to be solitary and alone. Grizzly bear mothers like to keep their cubs away from the males, because the male grizzly bears tend to like to eat the young cubs because they feel like they're a threat and they just don't like them. I guess grizzly bears are one of the most well-known predators in North America, and people, I guess, are just scared of them. The next bear we will talk about is the black bear. The black bear is known for its dark black fur, which is very thick and dense. Black bears are found in North America and are found in 40 states in the United States, which is very good. The black bear population is also thriving because people like to see the black bear because they think it's not as much as a threat than the grizzly bear, because black bears aren't known for their attacks because black bears are much smaller than grizzly bears. Grizzly bears only weigh up to, well, the female grizzly bears only weigh 300 pounds and the males only weigh up to 500 pounds. But the largest black bear ever recorded was up to 800 pounds. The black bear reminds humans a lot like humans because of the way their body is shaped, and when a black bear stands up, it leaves human-like footprints where it was standing. Black bears are one of the most, I guess they're one of the most liked bears around because they don't like to harm people, and they aren't very aggressive, unlike the grizzly bear. You can find black bears pretty much anywhere where there's a forested area or very good vegetation and food. Black bears are also found in zoos all over the United States, and the estimated black bear population in the United States in today's time is 600,000 black bears currently in the United States today. Black bears also are very, I guess you could say they like to be in groups when they are feeding. You can find them in groups when they feed, when the salmon are spawning, because bears like salmon, I guess you could say. Black bears also are much like grizzly bears because they have some of the same features, such as the snout, which is used for digging up larvae and other insects. Black bears are classified as omnivores because they eat both plants and animals. Black bears can be territorial also, as well as the grizzly bear, if they have young and they're trying to protect their young. Black bears are different from other bears because they don't have to hibernate if the temperature where they live is not cold, because they eat year round if the vegetation and other insects are abundant. Well, that's all I got to talk about. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Natalie, and today I'm going to be talking to you about different types of bears. First, I'm going to talk to you about the polar bear. You can find polar bears at the zoo or in the Arctic. Polar bears live in the circumpolar north. There in those areas, they like to hunt seals. They hunt seals in the openings called leads. These openings are to the water from on top of the ice. Polar bears are also found in Canada, Alaska, Greenland, Russia, and Norway. They are inhabited to be in cold, icy regions. Scientists have identified that 19 populations of polar bears living in 4 different ice regions in the Arctic. Polar bears' eating habits includes mainly the ringed seal. These types of seals are easy to hunt for them because they come up every 5 to 15 minutes for air. The polar bears locate the seals' breathing holes with their powerful sense of smell, and they lie there and wait for the seals to rise. The major part of ice that it helps them to capture their prey. We all have seen polar bears in the zoo. They are located in areas that sort of relate to their habit. They have a nice, well-designed exhibit at zoos. They include rushing waterfalls, chilled pools stocked with fish, enormous swimming pools, and some gravel pits where the polar bears can dig. The zoos also create activities so bears can play and help encourage some natural behaviors. If you've ever gone to a zoo, you may notice polar bears hitting a ball against the wall back and forth. That's some of the activities they include for the bears to play with. Polar bears' attacks on humans are rare. Since 1717, there have only been 2 cases where humans being killed by polar bears. That's a long time. Polar bears are actually quite frightened and shy towards humans, and they won't attack unless they feel threatened, which rarely happens. And that includes my information about polar bears. Today I'm going to talk about the Andean bears. First, we are going to talk about the physical description. They have whitish or cream speckles that ring their eyes. The light color variably extends down to the throat and chest, giving each individual a unique set of markings. The Indian bear's thick coat is usually either black or brown. They are rarely tinged with reddish. The Indian bear's size, they usually grow 5 to 6 feet long and stand 2 to 3 feet tall at the shoulders. Males grow up to 30% larger than females and weigh up to 340 pounds. Females rarely grow heavier than 180 pounds. Where they are, Indian bears live in the Andes range and outlying mountain ranges, from western Venezuela south to Bolivia. A few have been reported from eastern Panama and extreme northern Argentina. Their habitat. Indian bears live in a variety of mountain habitats. Many live between 6,000 and 8,800 feet above sea level. Although other habitats lower elevation, habitat varies. They can live in forests and on grasslands adjacent to the forest. When Indian bears are put into the zoo, their diet consists of dry food mixture, vegetables including sweet potatoes and carrots, and fruits such as apples, oranges, and grapes. The Indian bear's reproduction. Female Indian bears mature between 4 and 7 years of age. During breeding season from April to June, a male and female will stay together for a week or two, mating often. Cubs, usually 1 or 2, are born from November to February. The Indian bear's lifespan is to be 20 to 25 years old. An Indian bear at the National Zoo lived to be 33 years old. Now let's talk about sun bears. Sun bear is also known as a dog bear and the honey bear. The sun bear is the smallest bear out of all of the species. Its body measures over to 1 meter to 1.5 meters long. The male can weigh up to 75 kilograms and the female slightly less. The sun bears have a short black coat with a golden or white fur around their eyes and muzzle and a crescent-shaped golden patch on their chest, which is like the part of the sun. That's why they are called the sun bear. The sun bear's muzzle is short and the ears are small and round. Sun bear's paws are large and with hairless soles. The claws are long, curved, and pointed to help them climb the trees. The sun bears live on a diet of termites, birds, small mammals, and also enjoy fruit, vegetables, honey, which they lick with their long, extremely long tongues. Sun bears in captivity are often fed porridge, rice, and biscuits. Sun bears are currently found in a lot of places. Sun bears are currently found through southeastern Asia, the Malaya Peninsula, Sumatra, and Borneo, in dense tropical and subtropical forests. Countries where sun bears can still be found include Laos, Vietnam, Cambodia, Thailand, and Burma. As they love to climb, they are the happiest upon high trees. Their reproduction is kind of okay, I guess. Through limited observation of captive sun bears, it is believed that cubs can be born anytime throughout the year. Gestation time has been reported to be approximately 3.5 months. Litters consist of 1 to 2 cubs weighing about 10 ounces each. The lifespan of a sun bear is about 20 to 25 years. Now we are going to talk a little bit about the giant panda. Giant pandas are identified by their distinctive black and white coloring. Their ears, muzzles, eyes, shoulders, and legs are black, while the rest of their body is white. Their thick hair keeps them warm in the cool, wet mountain zones. When on all 4 legs, giant pandas average between 60 to 100 centimeters tall at the shoulder and between 1 to 2 meters long. They can weigh between 100 and 115 kilograms, while whales being larger than males. On the blooper.